Hello, everyone. A Squaddie has turned up in the Court of Appeal during the dumb prince's second day of his hearing, suing the British government over his IPP status. The Squaddie shouted at the press, apparently, and also was made it aware that she was there to support Harry. So this reeks. How convenient. How obviously convenient it all is, isn't it? When he's banging on about his security and a Squaddie appears. So let's check into Harry's energy and Meghan's energy because their fingerprints are all over that squad. So we're going to have a look and see what the cards have to say about it today. Let's have a look. I'm recording this at 5:30 in the afternoon here in the UK on the 9th of April. Harry's court case is just wrapped up, or his appeals just wrapped up. Let's see and find out what is going on with Muggins. Eh? Let's have a look-see. Let's see what is the energy around this Squaddie case. The Queen of Coins is in reverse. The Queen of Coins in reverse, this can indicate that there is an earth sign woman involved in this somewhere, somehow. Doria is, of course, a Virgo. And for a while, I've been saying she's really involved with this SS. She's really all over them. It's not just Megxie. It's not just Harry. It's, yeah. So that would track because Doria is a Virgo. Or this could be part of a plot conjured up in the realms of Olive Garden Mansion, Monty Shitshow, wherever they live. With Doria. Oh, this is a really good idea because it will unsettle the case and prove a point that Harry is safe nowhere in the UK, even though it's one of his quote-unquote fans doing it. The Seven of Wands is in reverse, crossing over. This is meant to be seen as him under attack, but it is not him under attack. The first two cards, there's major hijinks here, and that is without our opinions. This is just what the cards are saying. This is just what the cards, the placement of the cards, everything is. The reversals, the energy of the cards, everything is just straight away. It's going. This is actually a defensive move by him to make him look like he's been attacked with that Seven of Wands in reverse there. Oh, Harry. The Lovers is in reverse above. So what was done here, he wants to look like there was a split and there is no healing here. This could also indicate that there's a Gemini somewhere involved in this mix. But with that Lovers in reverse, there's a definite energy where he wants to be seen as being unhealed and unresolved and very much hurt and broken by this. A man split away from his country and his livelihood. Well, yeah, basically. And the Six of Cups. This is remind everybody of my childhood, and I suffered with my mom dying when I was 12, and he wants everyone to see him as a child again. He wants the whole framing back as being the second born. He wants it back. He wants to seem vulnerable. He wants to take you back to an image of where he was vulnerable and the fact that he's had to run away from the court with his security. He can't even be safe in one of the highest courts in the land. That kind of energy. The King of Swords is in reverse. Harry doesn't feel like the judge is going his way. He really don't feel like the judge is going his way. The Squaddies don't feel like the judge is going his way. They think the judge is corrupt. They don't think the judge is on his side. So this is why this has come about. Now, I did predict he was going to do something that would make him look silly, and that's Squaddie, and running away from that Squaddie in the whole setup of the court of law is beyond ridiculous. So I would like to say prediction confirmed for that one, and the King of Swords in reverse. He ain't happy with how the judge is going, that's for sure. What's next? Oh, more of a mess. Okay, we'll keep pulling, and then I'll... He is actually... So we've got the Three of Swords in reverse here. So he's actually very... There's something in that court. Something has happened today, and it must be behind those closed hearings, and he's embarrassed by it. His narcissism has been wounded. It's something he'll get over, because really he's focused on the sausages, the necklace, and his IPP status. But he has been and he feels somewhat embarrassed by things. One of the things that's driving that embarrassment, though, is he's frightened of secrets getting out. He's really concerned with that High Priestess in reverse, that somebody is going to blab that has been attached to that court. Now, his behavior in the past, he's the one who's done tell-all interviews and written massive books about how horrible his family are, and he's also taken part in Netflix series about his family and how they had to run away. So for him to be worried about exposure, or him being exposed, is a bit rich. You'll notice here that there is no energy. I don't believe he thinks he is actually at security risk. I'm just going to say, I don't believe he thinks he is massively at security risk. I think what's the driver is what the IPP status will bring, which is taxpayer funded security, whichever country he's in, more or less waved in and out, whatever country, no passports, nothing like that, just flop in and flop out, and above the law in a lot of countries. This is the real driver for him. Now, we have got Temperance in reverse coming up, so we're either going to get some Sagittarius, who's not going to be really good with him, because Temperance signifies Sagittarius, or we're going to get a mess, more of a mess, more questions coming out with something to do with a creative endeavor. So Megsy's going to probably drop something in the next griftersode of Lemon there, Confessions of a whatever it is, Confessions of a Yacht Girl. There's something with that, and with that Temperance in reverse, though, both of those things could be true, because the cards don't just have one meaning. Oh, he's going to go back to magical thinking. The Magician in reverse is not being able to get things together, not being able to pull things off. Now, with the High Priestess and the Magician in reverse, and I've been saying this for a long time, I do believe Harry is partaking in some magical thinking. He's trying to bend reality to his will, if you will. He's probably doing vision boards, dancing around in a full moon with a twig of lavender, waving it at the stars, going, I want IPP status, God thing. And that kind of energy. Can you imagine the poor chickens? He'll be just sitting in their hutch, wondering what the hell's he doing. The Two of Pentacles in reverse there, what he doesn't want is he doesn't want a lot of change. He wants his status to change. He wants the change to come to him, but he doesn't want his lifestyle to change. He doesn't want how he operates to change. The only change he wants is a singularity, and he doesn't want to change. He wants others to change around him. That Two of Pentacles in reverse there. Let us have a look and see how Megalodon is vibing with this Squaddie energy. So Dorito came out first with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see what energy Megalodon has, who's at the minute trying to be Catherine, the beautiful Catherine, as much as she can be. Like, I had preeclampsia from a moon bump, my God. You know, it's just like, Girl, really? We'll get into her whole vibe of everything tomorrow. Her whole lemonada stuff tomorrow, I feel. Might do a live for that. Where's she at? 5 of Wands is in reverse. Yeah, this is performative, guys. 5 of Wands, this is stirring up trouble. This is creating a talking point. This is art, allegedly for entertainment purposes, whatever. This is blah. 4 of, right, she can't control it. She's worried about loss of control. This is them trying to control the situation again. She's hanging on too tightly for it. The Queen of Wands is in reverse. Okay. She doesn't like the way she's been reported in the press at the minute, that's for sure. She doesn't like the way she has been done. So this Squaddie popping up is a pure setup. Underneath, something's happened in this court. There's some information that is being shared in this court that is making them look ridiculous, to be honest with you. The problem is that there are people around the court and they're paranoid about it because they leak so much and create so much drama. They think other people will too, and that ain't always the case. So other people will just be like, yeah, it's not my tale to tell, is it? So that 6 of Wands underneath there, I wonder if it's something to do with Harry's service. And that's why he's so butthurt about it with the 3 of Swords in his spread. Ooh. There's that betrayal again. Someone's betrayed her, guys. I said that in the last reading. Someone has betrayed her. And there's the Temperance in reverse as well. Again, both of them at the same position, both in reverse for what's coming up next. Expect a Sagittarius come in from the side. It could be that weird photographer guy with the 5 head. It could be as well. It could just be a mess coming out of a podcast that will relate to the court case and what's going on somehow. So keep an eye out. Both of those things could be true, or one of those things could be true. But that is what the cards are saying today. Okay. Okay. There's a big risk coming up. What's on her mind? We've got Scorpio in reverse. The bridges I burn have lit the way, but they've also set fire to all my opportunities that have come in front of me. This is a Scorpio. Now, the biggest Scorpio we have in the royal family is, of course, His Majesty King Charles III. So she could well be focusing on him and blaming him for a lot of this stuff, and blaming him for a lot of the fallout that's happening to her. So, I mean, it's a change from William. William is the usual one who gets all of the blame. The 9 of Pentacles is in reverse here, surrounding her. And that 9 of Pentacles in reverse is my, if you've been around here for a while, it's my old fur coat, no knickers card. She wants to be that beautiful, elegant lady in the garden. She wants to be the one with all of the knowledge, but it's in reverse. So everybody can see her for what she's not, you know? We know she's trying. And when it's interesting when you get here as well, you've also got that same level of paranoia around how people perceive her, because we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse now. And the Knight of Cups in reverse here, it's somebody who talks a lot of empty platitudes and people can see right through them. So there's a lot of word salad, there's a lot of nonsense that comes out of them. The Fool in reverse as well there. Coming up, they're going to be a big risk, a stupid action, something she's going to fall on her face with as well. And with that Magician in reverse there for Harry, they're going to make a mess. There's a big mess coming up, a further mess coming up. They're not going to like it. They're going to think they're going to be doing something with it by the looks of things. They're going to think it's going to answer. They're going to try and correct the record through the press. Now, I did say back in 2019, they're going to use the press and criticize the press and attack the press. In 2019, I said this. and they're gonna. This is how they're going to operate. They're going to paint the British people and everyone else as racist. They're going to leave the royal family in 2020, and it all happened. Now, back in that time, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, they're going to get divorced," and I was like, "I don't see that." And I got heat for not saying they didn't get divorced. I just tell you what's in the cards, guys. That is it. That is it. I don't follow whatever trend or whatever. I just look at what's in the news and then I'll read on it, or I'll read on something and just say, get down to the nitty gritty and find out what's going on. Oh, let's have a look and see how that Sugar's doing, how that Squaddie member's doing then. Oh, they're part of the gang. They might have been a bit overstimulated. I might have been a bit egged on, but they've got to realize they're in a toxic situation now. I feel this is a Squaddie that has got something to do with somebody else in the squaddosphere. Now, there's quite a few in the squaddosphere, quite a few Labour politicians, and of course you've got Dr. Shola and the weird photographer dude and Emid Scabies and the pathetic makeup artist and all of those people, and the weird Darkus Anderson, of course, the almost Machiavellian Darkus Anderson. But you also have these things where everything's gone a bit toxic. So this feels like somebody who's a Squaddie member who's like on the peripheral floating, and she wants to try and get back in with them, but she's bitten off more than she can chew. Somehow she's bitten off more than she can chew. She got money is a factor here. Money is a factor. She wants some cash, and that vomiting Cupid there, I feel like we're going to be getting some kind of like, I was only there to support Harry. We're going to be getting it laid on a bit thick. Somebody's going to talk to this Squaddie. Ugh. And it's all coming from a place, as you well know, but the cards are confirming it, allegedly, whatever. It's all coming from a place of menace, trouble, evil. Meh. They're just trying to influence the judge to get them to get this. Now, they don't think the judge is going this way either. Let me just have a look and just see the judge's energy around the Squaddie. I'm just going to pull 3 cards. The Lovers in reverse. There. So that matches with Harry. The split. This doesn't seem right. This seems forced. This is inorganic. 6 of Cups. Okay. And the Chariot. He is listening to the sentiment. But the Chariot there, that's a sun sign Cancer, so that could well be something to do with William and home. You left home combative, on the defensive, on the attack. It's interesting that there's some very similar cards here. With the 7 of Wands, the Lovers in reverse, and of course the 6 of Cups. So he does kind of see it as it's kind of worked a bit on the judge. He thinks it's inauthentic. His initial action was inauthentic, but I believe that from looking at the other cards that he is going to be swayed slightly by this. But there's William here in the deck as well. Interesting. But I don't think it's going to be the sum total of what the outcome is. But his initial reaction was, this is I'm getting played here. That's interesting. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining this reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any other readings you would like me to do in the comments down below. There will be a live stream soon. I'm still recovering, so I'm on antibiotics, but blah, 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 blah. and I just thought maybe a live stream might be too much too quickly. I got ahead of myself, you know. But I will be back tomorrow for either a live stream or another reading. Thank you for hanging around, guys, and lots of love to you all, and I will see you really soon for some more readings. Bye, everyone.